Hi, I'm Olivia Wayne and I am here with Michael Van Clarke to talk all things 3 more inches hair care. Now, this is a product range that I know a lot about, but Michael, I know you from your beautiful luxury salon in Marylebone, where I've had the privilege of having you cut my hair with your diamond dry cut technique, which is very bespoke and unique to you. But I want to delve deeper into your products and all about you and your services. So let's just start at the beginning. Talk me through how it all began with your salon.
Well, I started in the rock and roll era of hairdressing in the 1970s, and it really was very much sex and drugs and rock and roll.
But it's amazing hair.
It's become a lot more professional since. But I worked for the leading salon at the time for 10 years. I had a great time, but knew that I wanted to forge my own way. And I saw that hairdressing in general was becoming quite narrow in its focus, and stylists were relying on fewer and fewer styles for people, and I felt it important to stay with a more bespoke, personalised way of working. And so we opened our salon 33 years ago next month, and we're seen as being very different. We work on hair dry. The client is very much first and centre to our business model, and so service is very important to us. But in terms of the way we cut hair, we have a technique called the diamond dry cut, and the hair is cut dry because it's really the only way that you can properly sculpt hair in a variety of 3-dimensional shapes. And I think what I've seen in the last 20 years in particular is that most hairdressers don't veer very far from a one-length outline haircut, that takes about 10 minutes. But it's very limiting for most people. We see much less short hair, much less layered hair. So the way we work is about giving clients the option of anything that's possible with their hair. And that usually means their hair looks much better, much easier to manage, and lasts much longer.
I can attest to all of those things because you cut my hair dry and it is all those things. I love it. Okay, let's also talk now then about the 3 More Inches brand. This is something you created. Talk us through it from the beginning.
Well, that also goes back quite a long way to our early days, where we were having products foisted upon us by the big multinationals, and none of them just felt quite right. They were very cosmetic, synthetic. They didn't leave the hair feeling very good. And we looked to develop our own products because this is what we wanted to use in the salon and for our clients. And so we sought the help of a top Mayfair trichologist, and he only made products for other trichologists around the world, but somehow he took kindly to us. And he formulated a range just for us. And the key hero product was our pre-wash treatment, which we've used in the salon now as a professional product for over 25 years.
Wow, and has the formula changed much in that time?
It's been improved a little, but what we had was a product that clients absolutely loved, and we would sell to them in plain white bottles with their name written on.
Yeah, just fill it up.
As a prescriptive product. And over the years they say, why on earth don't you sell it outside? This is so different to everything. But having a formula is not enough to go out to the marketplace and for something to sell on shelf. I had young children, I was too busy. And so we didn't do anything with it until about 10 years ago, when we decided to put all of our efforts behind this and build a brand around these amazing products.
And they are amazing. We're going to get into the specifics of the product shortly. Is there an ethos to your brand? Like, if you had to give it a top line, what would that be?
I think the ethos comes from the way we respect hair, and our tagline now is actually healthcare for hair. And it's something which disappoints me very much in the industry, where hairdressers aren't taught to respect the care for hair. And I see hair, when I go out into the streets and I'm outside, I look at people's hair, I see so much unnecessary damage to hair. And the key reasons are over colouring, over heat styling, and the use of product ingredients that actually dehydrate the hair. And it's so unnecessary.
Michael, the majority of products on the market seem to be loaded with silicone. Why are your products different, and why is it not necessarily a good thing to have silicone, not your products?
Well, silicone came to be in hair products in the mid-80s, and we were actually using a product by Sebastian called Laminates, which was, as far as I know, the first product to have this strong concentration of silicone. And it was brilliant in the photo studio because you could, if a model's hair was fluffy, you could smooth it down, give it shine. And in those days, there was no Photoshop. So if you left stray hairs and you were doing a Vogue cover, they wouldn't be too pleased because retouching was about airbrushing, which meant taking a photograph. An artist had to airbrush around that. It then had to be photographed again, very, very expensive. So you can imagine a product like that just dealt with strays and gave a shine was very useful. And John, who I was working for at the time, John Frieda, saw that actually this was a product that could be taken to the mass market, and that was the beginning of frizzies, which we were working on in the salon and seeing the qualities of it. But what happened through the success of frizzies is that all the other manufacturers saw that this ingredient, which was very cheap to add into everything, shampoos, conditioners, could give people the illusion of healthy hair, shiny, smooth hair. What they didn't realise so much at the time was that it also dehydrates the hair. So it displaces the moisture in the hair. And the moisture is really important in terms of keeping the strength and suppleness of the hair as it grows, and to stop it shrinking down and breaking away so quickly. And this is why people that use a lot of siliconized products find their hair becomes quite brittle, because the moisture content becomes more and more depleted, which means that the protein structure breaks away, the hair thins, snaps and splits.
Oh, it's like self-perpetuating problem where the shinier you think it's going to be, you're making it drier, so you need more product to combat that.
It's understanding that it's a cosmetic solution. It's not health care.
Right.
It's not caring for the hair, and this is where a lot of people are misled by marketing. And it's if you compare to the skincare industry, skincare and makeup are very clearly defined. We haven't got there yet in hair care, and everything's called hair care. But you wouldn't go through a skincare regime by constantly putting lots and lots of makeup on and thinking that you were caring for your skin. They are very different. But in hair care, people are using a cosmetic finish to give an illusion of health, but it actually often making their hair age quicker.
So the 3 More Inches brand, therefore, is definitely in the hair care
Yes,
range.
it's health care for hair.
Right, it is not purely for styling, although in turn it helps with your styling.
Absolutely, because you can get the effects that you want, but in a healthy way.
Revolutionary.
I mean, absolutely, and this is the same with products, it's the same with colour, it's the same with styling. When clients understand the techniques to look after their hair well, then they can have all the benefits, but without the costs.
Wow. Okay, so you started your range with just what? The 3 More Inches?
Originally it was the treatment,
Right.
the pre-wash treatment, which is now Lifesaver. Yeah.
And it's expanded to what at this stage?
Well, it's expanded to about 50 or 60 products.
Wow.
But all designed to satisfy what we as professional stylists need to use in the salon, and what clients are asking for.
And is this all you use in the salon? Only your products?
Absolutely.
Wow.
And it's important that we know what we're using, and it's important that the whole team are involved in the development and testing of the products. And each product will take 2 to 3 years of development. And we will only launch something if we all feel that it's best of breed. We don't want to be using something that we feel there's a better product out there that we could buy. And that would go for a treatment, a shampoo, a mousse, a thickening product, a thickening spray, an oil. All of these products have to be better than what we can source, otherwise there's no point.
Okay, so wow, 50 products in your range already. Anything else we can be looking out for?
Yes, there are some additions to the Lifesaver family coming through next year in the UV leave-in products. One will be a heat protecting blow dry balm, and the other a particularly for holiday, even more so UV sun protection for holiday, which we're very excited about. But the 50 products sounds like a lot, but some of these are servicing quite niche areas of hair care. Things like silver blonde, which will be particularly for people with blonde or white hair, to eliminate the yellowness that tends to come with that. So they're not 50 products for one person. It's really the range that we need to use to service everyone.
Okay, brilliant. So watch this space, more to come too.